So as we're coming to the end of the year, going into a new year, real estate agents will naturally audit their business to see what they can do better for the new year and how they can scale their real estate business. But sometimes we don't know what to audit. And then once we know what's wrong, how do we change it? So what I want to talk about today is the specific areas of your business that you need to audit to track the data to see how you did and how you can improve, and then how to come up with those changes to make and how to implement them. So if you're ready to scale your business for the new year, keep watching. Hey guys, it's me, Jacob Shireman, your real estate marketing expert. I have over 16 years of marketing experience specializing in web design and SEO, and I take that experience to help you grow your real estate business. So if you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new content. And if you'd like to get all of my training, resources, courses, and coaching for free at no extra cost or split to you, take a look at partnering with me at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack. And there's a link below where you can book a one-on-one call with me to learn more. So let's dive into today's topic. All right, so today we're talking about auditing our real estate business for the year before we go into the new year. And a lot of real estate agents make this mistake of not auditing their business or not auditing it properly. And this is why I think a lot of real estate agents fail within the first 5 years of their career, like the NAR statistic, is because they kind of do things without actually thinking things through. We are guilty of having this shiny object syndrome as real estate agents where we're like, oh, I think I'll try that. No, that didn't work. I'll try this now. We don't really analyze maybe that thing could have worked for us. Maybe we needed to tweak it for us. So what I want to do in this video is go through specific areas of your business that you need to audit, how to audit them, what questions you need to be asking, how does it need to be set up, and what enhancements can you make to that process or to that tool that you're using, so that way for the following year, you can actually scale your business and grow. Because every year we need to be asking ourselves these things. Even if we had a really great year, you still need to audit your business and see, one, what could you have done better? How can you scale? How could you spend less time doing that object? Could you have outsourced it? Could you have used another tool that would have saved you some time? Because even if we're making great money, but we're spending a lot of time doing that, then we need to be auditing our time and how we can save our time. Because what good is it to have money freedom but no time freedom? So that's what I want to walk you through today. These are going to be the same exercises that I do with my group here at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack. So you're getting an inside look of what our training looks like today. So I'm going to dive into each one of these that you need to audit and give you some tips and tricks with each one. All right, so the first thing we need to audit in our business is our branding and client experience. This is super important, and this is why it's number one. I'm not telling you to go redo all of your branding, but I like to each year look at something in my branding and kind of touch it up. How can I make it a little sharper? How can I, take it to the next level a little bit? You don't want to completely change your brand, but you can always be enhancing your brand. Look at McDonald's. Over the years, they've changed the arches a little bit. They've changed, the lettering, things like that, but you can still recognize the brand. And that's what you want, is you want people to still recognize your brand, but take it to the next level. So some things that we need to be asking in our branding, especially when it comes to the client experience, because your branding is more than just your logos, your colors, your fonts, all those printed materials. Your brand is about an experience. Again, I've said this before. If I say Target or Walmart, you instantly have a feeling of an experience you've had there, both good and bad. So you want the clients to have the same thing for you, but obviously to have a good experience. Some things that we need to ask ourselves is, one, is our branding consistent? So our logos that we have, are we using the same logos, the same fonts and colors across most of our branding, if not all? Now, I know certain things that you can't control, those branding aspects of some marketing materials, but are our fonts consistent? Are the colors consistent? Is our logo style consistent? Is it across all of our marketing things? One big mistake I see here at our brokerage about 3 years ago changed their logo, and I still see agents using both logos, the old and the new, and they're very different, okay? And they just don't care, but they don't think it matters. And it does matter because, the logo is something that catches your eye and is a quick identifier. And if you have it wrong, it's going to look like, wait, is that a different business? Is that not the eXp Realty I'm thinking of? So think about your branding. Is it consistent across all of your marketing materials? That's your website, social media, your printed, everything, okay? That way it keeps a kind of consistent experience for your client. And also, you need to take a look, what does your client journey look like? What is the client experiencing as a part of your branding? So I would map out the entire client journey from submitting their information, how you nurture them, what do you say to them, how often do you respond to them? And then think about what it's like to work with you as a real estate agent. What things do you, when you're in the middle of the process, submitting offers and doing inspections, what does that look like? And then not only the client journey, but the post-client journey. Are you following up with them? Are you asking for referrals? Are you keeping in touch with them? This is not a one and done. We're here to build relationships. So how are you going to keep that relationship going? Because maybe they won't buy a house for another 10 years, but their kids might buy a house, their friends might buy a house, a coworker might buy the house. And if you have a good relationship, reaching out to them, wishing them happy birthday, happy anniversary, just following up with them, sending them in a newsletter, you stay top of mind with that client, so they're going to refer you. So take a look at all of your branding aspects. Ask yourself, is there something I can do better? Is there an enhancement I can make? What does that client journey look like? And be honest with yourself, and then take the necessary steps to enhance that branding. All right, so next up that we need to audit is our lead generation tools. And this is super important because I've said this a million times. Most of you do not have a lead generation problem. You have a lead capture problem. I see a lot of clients and agents come to me and say, look, I'm putting out all this content, but I'm not getting any leads. And it's because there's no call to action. There's no way to capture the lead. So you're getting a lot of views, but you're not making it easy for them to give you their information or to get in touch with you. Remember, they're not going to pull out their phone and manually dial the number. They're not going to go type in your website. They want to click and respond. So you need to make sure that, whether it's your website, your YouTube profile, your social medias, all of those things are optimized to capture leads, okay? So what tools do we need to audit to capture leads? One of those is your website. This is super important because your website is the hub of all your marketing. Everything that you do should flow from your website, and all of the tools that you use should go to your website. So we want to audit our website's SEO, our keywords. Is the information correct on our website as well? Do all of the links work? Do all the landing pages, funnels work? Are they working together? And if you're not using one system for your website, your funnels, and your landing pages, and you have 3 different segments, no wonder you have a lead capture problem. You don't need 3 separate tools to do that. It can all be housed under one simple tool. And if you want to see what that looks like, there's a link below where you can check out my real estate website and sales funnel system that uses all this together and solves that lead capture problem. But you need to make sure that your website is able to capture leads and it can meet your client where they're at in the buying journey. Maybe they're not ready to give you information yet. They're not looking to move for a year from now. Well, then great, let them download a resource or search for homes. Meet them where they're at. Maybe they're ready to book now. Great, let them schedule directly in your website into your calendar. If you're doing these old school methods where you're gonna go, okay, what time's good for you? And then they give you times, well, that doesn't work for me. You're wasting time and they're probably moved on to another realtor. So make sure you have easy things that are on your website ready to go to capture the lead, to give them access and have those leads go directly to your CRM, and also easy ways to book. There's so many free tools out there that this should not be a problem, and so much information. I've done lots of videos on this. This is probably one of the most important aspects because you can do all the content, but if you can't capture the lead, all that was for nothing and you wasted time. So audit your website, audit all of your lead generation tools. So if you have Calendly, you have, you're using some type of online form, landing pages, all of that, make sure that they're working. Make sure that you have Zapier or whatever tool you're using to get them into your CRM, and that your CRM is set up to nurture them and to effectively alert you so you can follow up with those leads as well. Take a look at other platforms like social media or your Google business profile. Make sure all that information is correct. And on top of that, make sure that it's able to capture leads. Make sure if you're posting updates, you're using the call button or the learn more link and actually sending them somewhere, not just giving them information and hoping they're going to do something. Okay. So make sure that all those tools, if you need help with Google Business Profile, I have a free masterclass and I have a full 8-module course that will show you everything that I've done for clients over the last 16 years in SEO and with their Google Business Profile to get real estate clients coming to them with no ad spend. So go check that out. But make sure all of your tools that you're using, they're consistent, they're working correctly. Check all the email messages going out. Make sure that they're working well so they can capture your leads, because this is the most important thing. Without leads, you don't have clients. Without clients, you don't have deals. So this is the lifeblood of our business. So spend some time auditing these resources. All right, so next up that we need to audit is our CRM optimization and follow-up. So this is super important because once we get the lead in, if we don't do anything with it, then what was the point of getting the lead? So if you're not going to call them immediately, or maybe you can't call them immediately, you have some type of nurturing set up. So one of the first things that we want to do is go through our database. We want to make sure that we clean up our database, remove any unwanted people. Maybe there was some emails that kicked back, people that unsubscribed. Go ahead and remove them. Clean up your database and make sure that you have a good segmented database, that you're using hashtags correctly, that every lead is properly noted. So that way you know where they came from. You can easily segment your list to, send out, emails for a specific group of people if you're going to do that as a part of your marketing plan, which we'll cover later. But clean up your database and start the year off with a database of high quality leads. All right, so now we're going to look at our automation and workflows inside of our CRM optimization. Make sure all of your workflows are good. Audit them, read the emails again, read the text messages, make sure that your message is consistent with the direction that you're going in your business. You always want to make sure that you're updating. Maybe you see a specific email that was sent out to everybody was never hardly open. So maybe that's not a good email. Maybe we need to rephrase it or work on the subject line or things like that. Maybe you're seeing more people like text message more, and then a lot of your people aren't open emails, so send some more text messages. So just really evaluate your follow-up and your drip campaigns or smart campaigns and make sure that they actually match your business. And then next, you're going to want to make sure that all of your messaging is personalized. Make sure you're using those merge tags to say their name or the city they're looking in. Make sure the content matches them so they feel like you actually wrote that email just for them. And on top of that, make sure it's the way you would talk. Don't try to be another agent. Don't try to be formal if that's not how you talk. Obviously, you don't want to use crude or bad grammar, but talk how you talk. It doesn't have to be lengthy. Make sure it looks like it was natural in the moment and that message was personalized to them. So get your CRM in working order, because of all these other strategies I share with you to increase lead generation and you don't have a good nurturing and follow-up, then guess what? It's all for nothing and somebody else is going to end up working with that real estate lead. All right, so let's talk about how to audit our marketing strategies. This is super important. And this is something that you really want to do, and make sure that what you're auditing has trackable numbers. If you're doing a form of lead generation that you can't track, I guarantee you it's not worth your time. Even social media you can track. You can see your engagements. You can see how many people interacted with your profiles, all of those things. So even social media has engagements. Sometimes you can see if they've clicked any links. So you want to make sure whatever you're doing, whether it's email marketing, it's paid ads, that you have some way to track the results so you can see how it's performing and give it time to perform. Don't just make your decision off 1 or 2 weeks. This is why it's kind of good to look at the year as you've implemented certain things and see, I gave it 6 months. Did it really work? Could I have done this better? Is it the strategy or was it the way I implemented it? Because a lot of these strategies get sold to you as a cookie cutter implementation, and there's no such thing as cookie cutter marketing. So if somebody's trying to sell you that plan and it's not customized to you and your market and your business, it's probably not going to work for you unless you're exactly like that person. So what do we need to audit in our marketing plan? One, how are you generating leads? What is your primary source of lead generation? So for most people, they want to do business the modern way. So they want to generate leads through social media, YouTube, or SEO. We want to do the organic, thing so we can get free leads and save money. And we all know that these leads are better quality because they're coming to us because we're pulling them, we're giving them information, we're building rapport and trust with them versus a cold lead from an ad. Okay. So if that's your primary source of lead generation, did you put out consistent content? Could you have improved your content? What was the interaction with your content? Look at videos that performed better, like a category of video. So maybe for us, home tours didn't perform that well. But when we did city overviews and kind of reviews and talked about relocation, we got massive amounts of views more quickly than we did with the home tours. So for us, we tend to concentrate on more of that informative nature of things, and instead of just doing kind of an MTV crib type of home tour. But that's what's working for us because the home tour market here is very saturated in Houston. So take a look at things like that. Did your short form do better than your long form? Then go make sure you put more short form videos out. Did your long form perform better? Then maybe you do more concentration on that and then use a tool like I've talked about before, like Opus Clip, where you can actually just clip those into short form videos and then upload those. That way you're only focusing on that one form of content. Maybe blogs and SEO worked really well for you, or your Google business profile. So find what worked for you and make sure that is the concentration of the new year and you're taking that to the next level. So audit your, if you got a Google business profile, see how it did. And then if you have social media, take a look at those. If you're putting out videos, so audit all those. If you're doing paid ads, go look at, your click campaigns. Did my graphics do better? Did my videos do better? When I did certain videos about things like that, did it perform better? Look at all the data and see what performs better and take a look at where your leads come from. This is why tracking that source of where your lead come from is super important. Did they come from your Google business profile? Did they come from your social media? Did they come from your YouTube video, TikTok? Where did they come from? A Facebook ad, a Google ad, a YouTube ad? Tracking that marketing lets us know where we need to put more of our effort to and keep that focus because that's what's working for us. Now, if you need leads, there's no shame in doing paid ads. There's no shame in cold calling, door knocking, all of those things. Find what's working for you and figure out how to scale that to the next level and put more resources, time, and maybe some more money into that because obviously that's what's paying off and working for you. Just because video is working for somebody else doesn't mean it has to work for you. I think this is a big problem with marketing is we see, well, that's what worked for them, but you're not that personality. You're probably not going to get the same interactions as them. Maybe you'll get more, who knows? But if you find out a certain thing is just not working for you, it's a lot of stress to do. Some people don't like video, but you can do blogs. You can do all of the organic style of content without having to put your face on a video camera. So should you do video? Yes, but that doesn't have to be your main focus. So find what works for you and then find out what you can do to take it to the step better. So for us, for my company, for example, we like Google ads. I'm not a big Facebook ad or Instagram ad fan. They just don't work as well for us. I feel like the quality of the lead is not that great. But I feel like with Google, it's search-based intent. Same thing with YouTube. People were searching for that topic, and that's what's making that video come up or that search result. So I feel like I get a better, higher quality of lead. Plus, I can combine my Google business profile and for them finding it. And on top of that, we use that for our organic side. So for us, our organic is the main thing, our Google business profile, our website, blog, and the videos that we put out. So that's the main form of our business, but we also do supplement other areas. So we have a well-diversified lead generation plan, but I'm not gonna let those secondary areas overtake my primary source of lead generation, which is organic local SEO. So that's going to get the majority of my time. So if I don't have time for the other things, this will always get my attention because it's the best source of lead generation. So think about those things. Start small. Even if you're going to start over, you didn't have you just kind of threw stuff at the wall and hoped it's stuck. That's okay. Start building a plan now. Take a look at what worked. Focus on one thing, and then it's okay to move on. We didn't always do all of these things at once. Over the last 3 years, we perfected it and made it work for us. I don't care what everybody else is doing. I want to know what works for us. So that's the best advice I can give you on a marketing plan. And I'll do a longer video on this later about the different things and what to expect with those. But make sure you have a marketing plan. That is the most important thing for a successful new year to scale your real estate business. All right, so one of the last areas that we're going to audit and talk about today is setting goals. So audit your goals and your mindset. This is super important. We need to set goals. We need to set smart goals. We need to set ones that are specific, measurable, achievable, that are relevant and time specific. I struggle with this. I will be honest. I am a big picture person. I know what the big goal is, but I don't like segmenting things down. I'm a very in the moment person. I can think on the fly. I like that, but that can also be a huge disadvantage. I know people that would like to be able to move faster and do those things, but for me, it's harder to slow down. I'm even reading a book right now about removing the word hurry from everything, and stop being in this hurry mode to get somewhere so fast and just enjoy the journey of life. So make sure you're setting goals. A lot of real estate agents, I can ask them, what is your 12-month goal? They can't give me an answer. Oh, to sell real estate. Okay, great. How many deals do you want to do? I don't know, 10, 15. How much money is that? How many do you need to do each month? So each month, how many people do you need to be talking to? How many people is that on a weekly basis? How many people is that on a daily basis? So how much ads do you need to spend? How many videos do you need to put out? So really analyze and set smart, achievable goals. It's okay to start small. I know these people talk about setting these huge goals. There's no point of setting a huge goal and trying to do everything at once if you can't just minimize and start with one thing. That's part of my problem, and I'm gonna be real with you, is that I'll set huge goals and literally try to do everything at once. So it's like me, I'm gonna lose, 50 pounds and go to the gym and do all this. I'm gonna go every day, but if I can't go 3 times a week, how am I gonna go every day? So start small and always work up your goals. That is the best advice I could give you. And it's okay to start small. Tune out all these other people. Sometimes it's good to unfollow some of these real estate agents because you're going to compare your goals to theirs and your life is completely different than theirs. So weed out that noise, focus on you and what is your goals? What is your why? Focus on that. And then that ties into our mindset too, right? So for me, mindset is super important. And it's so funny. Anytime we do trainings, everybody shows up for lead generation, but nobody shows up for mindset. And I'm a person in the beginning, I was like, oh, that's for hippies. That doesn't work. But it really does, because we make a majority of our decisions with our subconscious. And so if we are making decisions and we don't realize what we're doing, think about all of the things that you're feeding yourself. If you feed yourself negative, you're around negative people, that's how you're going to become. Your business will be crap. Everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket, right? But if you surround yourself with people that are doing things, that are motivated, that encourage you, that feed into that good voice in your head, subconsciously, you're going to make good decisions for your business, for your time. And I've really noticed that. And one book I highly recommend is U Squared. This totally changed my outlook on my business. We're told by a lot of popular people, you got to work harder, 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 harder. And these people look miserable. They're working themselves into a grave, all to have this time or money freedom, but no time freedom either, and no health to enjoy it. So what I tell you is you need to kind of go with a U squared mentality, which is quantum leaps. So make decisions that are not just going to get you a little bit more, because if we listen to that voice, you just got to work a little bit harder. Then what are you going to get? Just a little bit more. So if you're constantly doing that, over 20 years, you made leaps and bounds, but you probably could have done that in 3 to 4 years. So be making decisions that's going to scale and exponentially grow your business by, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, or like the Grant Cardone, the 10x, 10x your business. It's about that quantum leap. So think about things you're doing. And I highly recommend you go get that book. I'll put the link below, but it's very simple. It's a 36-page book, but it's totally transformed the way I've done. I've splashed a million things off of my plate that I don't need to do, that I don't enjoy doing, because it shouldn't be that hard. Yes, it's hard work, but you should like what you're doing. And if you don't, you're doing it wrong. And I wanted to remove things that I don't want to do, push them off on people that can do it better than me. And I can scale my business, because this is the only way to scale your business, is to have a team and people to help you, and from you to go from a specialist in your business to a generalist and hire specialists to take care of everything. So work on your goals, work on your mindset, really drill down and be honest with yourself, what you want for your life, for your family, and then how can your real estate business help you get that? Because that is what it should be doing. It should be helping you be a tool to get to your ultimate goals in life as well. All right, so I hope that information was helpful. I really want everybody to have a great new year, to really scale your real estate business, go to the next level. Don't be complacent. Don't give up. There are plenty of tools and resources out there for you to get help, just like videos like this. This is in the information age. If you want information, you can either get it for free by searching the internet, or you can go buy the resource. It's that simple. If you have any questions about what I went over, go ahead and leave those down in the comments below. If there's something that you want me to cover in my videos, I would definitely love to hear some feedback on that. So drop those in the comments below as well. All my contact information is there. Feel free to reach out to me. If you want to get more training like this and one-on-one marketing coaching from me, all of my courses, my resources and training for free at no extra cost or split to you, take a look at partnering with me at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack, and let's take your business to the next level. So click that link below to book a one-on-one call with me that's not pushy, for me just to show you what your business would look like partnering with me. And again, if you want to see more content like this, you got to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.